You can't just hope for growth. That's what he's saying. He says there has to be either tax rises, spending cuts, or changes to your fiscal rules. So I ask you again, as people are listening to this, trying to decide who they're going to vote for in 6 weeks' time, what would a Labour government do? Be honest with us.
Well, I completely agree that you can't hope for growth. You have to plan for growth. And that's why we've set out in clear terms what we intend to do to plan to grow the economy. Because at the end of the day, if you don't grow the economy, then you're taxing a diminishing return. We've been working on this plan for a number of years with business now, but we have to pull the lever that is growth.
OK, so you want growth. So there's going to be no tax rises and no spending cuts under a Labour government?
Where there are tax rises, we have set out what they will be and what the money will be spent on.
Tell me just your assessment of the night and the sort of messages that you have been getting from MPs on all sides.
Well, look, I'd say a lot of the messages I've been getting are from people who were perhaps giddy with victory and are now quite busy preparing for roles in government.
Hello, it's Friday, it's 10 o'clock, I'm Chloe Tilley and we're live from New Broadcasting House. As the number of under 30s being admitted to hospital for self-harming more than doubles in 10 years, there are strong warnings that lives are being put at risk by the lottery for treatment. Well, this man, Simon, was first admitted to hospital when he was 25 and he's tried to take his own life many times. We're going to ask him about the care and support that he has received.
Another black man in Louisville, Kentucky is killed. I'm not okay. I'm sorry.
Don't apologise. You have absolutely nothing to apologise for. And to be honest, Tony, it just really brings home to people who don't live in the United States, who aren't African American, who don't understand what you live through and so many people live through every day. And just by you explaining to us and speaking to us, it gives us a small insight into the challenges that you guys all have. I mean, I know that you mentioned what happened in Louisville. I'm reading here that the police chief has actually been fired, hasn't he, by the mayor for that very reason of those body cams weren't on. So people don't know what happened when that local businessman was shot during those protests. I mean, I guess the crux is that you've really hit on here is on the one day you can be in an embrace with a police officer who stands there and says, "We're listening." And on the next day, someone is shot by another police officer. It's about trust, isn't it?
It is so about trust.
Yeah. Good morning, it is 8 o'clock. This is Times Radio Breakfast with Callum MacDonald and Chloe Tilley from our rooftop studio overlooking Westminster Abbey on the morning of the coronation of King Charles III. Good morning and welcome to our rooftop studio looking down over a resplendent Westminster Abbey. Today is the day. King Charles has waited his whole life for this moment. In the next few hours, he will walk through the door just 100 metres from where we're sitting and he will be crowned king. You won't miss a moment of the build-up here on Times Radio as we speak to people along the procession route and people involved in the day.
Coronation Day with Chloe Tilley and Callum MacDonald on Times Radio.
So we have established the building that I was talking about where the Union flag and the Ukrainian flag are flying. It's Dean's Yard. It is part of Westminster School. And in fact, Callum's got the binoculars out so he can see better than me. I think we've just seen maybe a couple of lords going inside. There was definite scent of ermine.
Yeah, there absolutely was.
Then we'll solve some of the problems of the health service.
Before more of you get involved, I want to bring in our politicians. Daniel Kaczynski. I mean, lots of people wanting a lot from the Queen's speech. How is this Queen's speech costed today? Because there seems to be quite a lot of giveaways, but it's not clear where the money's coming from.
Well, when we came into office...
One correspondent at 11 here on Radio 4. But first, it's time for Woman's Hour with Chloe Tilley.
Good morning, and I appreciate, especially if you're in England, but across the UK, we are in challenging times. But we're here to give some advice, to give some reassurance this morning, particularly to pregnant women. More on that in a moment. I mean, the worry is, and anyone who's had a scan, who's been pregnant, who's given birth, knows, I remember this when I went for my first scan, you just want to hear those words that everything is okay. And if you do receive the news that there is a problem that's been detected with your baby at a scan, Are you saying that some women might have to be alone to receive that, or would they be able to have their partner with them to comfort them?
So what services are doing, they are absolutely going out of their way.
All I have ever interacted with the Prime Minister about since we have been in government is violence against women and girls.
Sure, but you can still have an opinion on it, can't you? Because it doesn't look good, even if it's within the rules. People are going, well, I go to my normal job and I don't get 100 grand's worth of stuff given to me for free.
Yeah.
It's just the way it looks. I'm just wondering if you're comfortable with that.
You know, we have to consider all of those things. But look, if I thought that Keir Starmer wasn't doing his job, and let me tell you, it feels like he's breathing down my neck to make sure that we're doing things right in my department all the time. Then I think he'd have a case to answer.
Would you take that many freebies if they were offered to you?
I don't like the Arsenal.
No, but you know what I mean, though.
I don't like football at all, so please don't invite me
closed,
to any matches.
Glasses closed, Taylor Swift tickets, whatever it was. If you were offered stuff you liked, would you take it?
Well, I mean, I suppose it entirely depends.
You'll be aware that there were pro-Palestine protests in London, in Manchester, Edinburgh, Glasgow last night. Some arrests, some scuffles. In light of the terror attack which took place yesterday morning, should you have allowed those to go ahead?
I would have wanted to see actually those organisations that are behind these protests to show a little sensitivity and to call off those protests. I think that the behaviour that we've seen last night is fundamentally un-British. I think it's disgraceful, and I would call on everybody who is considering protest in the next day or two to just take a step back and to show some humanity and some love towards a community that is grieving.
5 Live Drive with Tony and Chloe. Now let's bring you this statement which has just come in from Buckingham Palace. It's entitled A Personal Message from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It says, after many months of reflection and internal discussions, we have chosen to make a transition this year in starting to carve out a progressive new role within this institution. We intend to step back as senior members of the royal family and work to become financially independent while continuing to fully support Her Majesty the Queen. It is with your encouragement, particularly over the last few years, that we feel prepared to make this adjustment. We'll get more reaction to that in the next 20 minutes here on Drive. We made our way down as the migrants were allowed to cross into Austria, and we're now in the Spielfeld camp. As I stand here, many hundreds of migrants are just streaming past us. Emma, who's with me here from the World Have You Say team, just waving to a few of the very small children who are here. Little girl just gone past in a little pink coat with her pierced earrings. Little boy there waving hello. It's amazing how many young families are here. It's very surprising when you arrive. I expected to see many young men like yourself, strong, fit young men who can make the journey. But there are many small children, babies and older people.
Yes, the trip was too hard for them, especially in the sea, because lots of people die in it. And I just know my friend, about 2 days ago, he died in the sea.
Your friend?
Yes. We was like a best friend.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
How did you find out?
In the Facebook.
Hello, welcome to Newsday. I'm Chloe Tilley, live from New York, where we are bringing you the first presidential debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. They have been debating for just over an hour now. There are 25 minutes left. We will go straight over to Hofstra University in Long Island, New York.
Institutions are under cyber attack.
Donald Trump.
Well, I'm Chloe Tilley. We're live from the floor of the BBC newsroom, bringing you the story of the night. The pollsters got it wrong, so did the US TV networks, but his supporters believed, and so did Donald Trump. And around 2 a.m. in New York, around 5 hours ago, Donald Trump received a call from Hillary Clinton conceding defeat. Here in the BBC newsroom, we're going to take you through how we got to this point. Donald Trump is now the president-elect of the United States. Begin our conversation looking at what it is to be Chinese, what defines you, how you sum up Chinese identity. I don't know who wants to start by telling us. Madam.
I think talking about Chinese people, I think the most obvious symbol, for example, they're very hardworking, they're very intelligent and very good at maths. That's very famous.
Interesting, hardworking and very good at maths. Now, some people may say that's a cliche, that's a stereotype. Is it true? Now,
During the news, we had a vote here in the room about whether faith and feminism is indeed compatible. We'll be having another vote at the end of this discussion. So far, yes, 65%, no is 35%. So that's something to work with. Let's see if the people on the stage can convince you otherwise. Maybe you'll change your mind throughout the next hour. So the moment for me was we were sitting back in the media compound, sitting in front of a television, just watching the pictures. And there was a moment when Kate had just walked up to the altar and Prince William turned around and looked at her and went, "You look beautiful." And I honestly got a lump in my throat.